Welcome to my Sitecore Diaries, your ultimate guide to digital experience excellence, your go-to channel for all the things in Sitecore and .NET. This is the video series from the Sitecore JSS. Uh, Today we are going to see a demo of connected versus disconnected. I'm your host Jitendra Ghanekar. I'm at Sitecore Technology MVP 2024. I've given my social media account handles on the screen. You can connect me on those. Today we have Nikhil with us. So he's going to give us the demo of the Sitecore JSS connected mode and the disconnected mode. Nikhil, over to you.
Hi, I'm Nikhil Bidhudi, Sitecore certified developer with expertise in Sitecore headless. Today I'll be helping you with the connected and disconnected mode of development.
Okay, so today is complete demo. So till now, what we have seen is the Sitecore SDK, the first Sitecore first mode development workflow, basically code first and Sitecore first, and then we have seen connected mode, disconnected mode, integrated mode, and the headless mode. So today we are going to see that practically how it happens. So Nikhil is going to help us in that. So Nikhil, what we are going to see today?
So today we'll see how to create our JavaScript application. Particularly, we will use React in this demo. So we'll create the application from the scratch. We'll see the disconnected mode. We'll study the files that are there in the JavaScript application. Then we'll see the connected mode. Then we'll see how to deploy it and connect to Sitecore. And we'll see the difference between disconnected and connected, and then we'll see integrated mode also in this.
Okay. So before moving to the actual demo, let me request you, if you are not subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe to the channel and click on a notification bell to get a latest update. And if you are liking the videos, then do share those with your friends and colleagues to provide your feedback via the comment. And if you want anything to include in these videos, let me know through via the comment, or you can email me also. So let's start today's demo. Over to you, Nikhil.
Yeah, so I'll just quickly share my screen, and then we'll see how to create the React app from the scratch. So to start with our demo, I have already created a folder React in my D drive. You can create it also, and then in PowerShell move to that particular folder and install JSS CLI. It is the first step to create our JavaScript application. I already have it in my system, so it will not take much time, but for you guys, it will take some more time. So once it is done, we'll go through our second command, and that is npx create Sitecore JSS React. This is a command that we want to use. The second command is npx create Sitecore JSS and then the app name. You can use next.js, React, Angular Vue, anything. So for today, we'll choose React, and we'll test the functionality of disconnected mode and all those mode for the React application. So it is asking us for the path. We'll go with D drive, React. So it is asking for pre-push hook for linting check. For JavaScript application, it is a very big issue, the linting issue. So always go for yes. It is a recommended thing. You might get error because it required Git install in your system. So before using this thing, always install Git. It is asking for the name of the application. We'll go for headless demo. And always remember, the React application name should be in small letters. It should not be in capital letters. And it should not contain any spaces. It is asking us for Sitecore host name. This is our Sitecore host name. It is the application is asking for how we would like to fetch content from Sitecore. There are two ways. One is GraphQL, the other is REST. So today we'll go with REST. The REST means we will be using layout service and dictionary service to get the content from Sitecore to our application. It is asking for any other language. So EN is already included. So we'll just press enter and it will install German language. Or and you can skip this step also. So once this is done, you see we have already get the basic structure of the React application. It is still installing. Once this is done, we get the React application that is ready to run in disconnected mode. So as we already know that disconnected mode don't require Sitecore instance. So this React application is ready to run without the Sitecore instance, and we can see how we can do development in disconnected mode. What are the important files? What are the structure and all those things. Once this is completed, we check that also. So guys, as you can see, this is now installed. Uh, Once it is installed, you will see this red logo, red Sitecore logo, and it says JSS application headless demo is ready. So we can see in our folder, this application is ready. So let me help you with the folder structure. The very first application. So let me open it in Visual Studio Code to give you a better understanding. Okay, so this is a README file. So we can directly start our application using JSS start command. And we have packet.json in which all the start commands are written off. So JSS start command, build command, start connected, and all the required commands are there already. So we have a source folder, then we have a component folder. In this component folder, we define our components. Okay, then we have this Sitecore folder. In this Sitecore folder, we have all Sitecore related files. The very first file is the Sitecore config, headless demo.config. So this is a config in which we have defined our website. This is for non-SXA website. We have defined our site here. For SXA, we have JSS app registration. This. So for the connected mode, this should be deployed to your Sitecore instance. Then we have definitions. In disconnected mode, we can work without Sitecore instance. So we can create Sitecore templates, Sitecore renderings, Sitecore items, everything in our application, and then we can deploy it to Sitecore using Sitecore import service. The one of the example is this. Templates. See, so we have a manifest service. What it do is, you see manifest.add template. It will be the template name, then the fields of templates. So we can define our templates here. When you don't have a site, for instance, and you want to make an application, so you define all the templates here that you want those templates in Sitecore at later time. So you define all those here. So here you define the templates, then you define the components like this. Like you this you define the components. So this is the template name, content block. Then this is the icon. Then this is the field that should be there in the component. We have few examples here. please go through these example if you want to explore disconnected mode more. So we have the component example, we have template example, we have definitions also. So this Sitecore folder contains all the Sitecore related things. Then we have data folder. In data we have content, and in content we have items like this. So if you want to put any content item in Sitecore, so those items are created under this folder data. So you can see ID is this, display name is this, this is the template that item should be based upon, and this is the field, and this is the field value. This is example. We have dictionary also. These are the dictionary examples. So when we run JSS deploy, these files are deployed to our Sitecore instance. So without wasting any time, we will start our JSS application. So we'll start with our JSS application, JSS start. So as you can see, it says JSS mode disconnected. So disconnected mode is started with the JSS start command. So it is registering all the components that are there in this folder, source components. So this whatever file, whatever JavaScript files that will be there, what are all the components that should be registered, and it will be automatically registered while running of your application, while building the application, or while starting the application. So you can see all those things are started. Then we can see starting a development server. This is a proxy created, and now we can see our localhost app. So guys, as we can see, our application is started in disconnected mode with localhost 3000, and this is the things defined in our layout. As we can see, it is compiled successfully. That the localhost URL is this, and if we go to our layout, we can see all those stuff. See, this is the component that is getting rendered. This is the URL jssitecore.com. So the documentation, style guide, GraphQL. So this is the basic documentation we are getting from our layout.js file. So if you want to render your own components, you have to define your components here, and then you can see those components here. So currently this is not connected to Sitecore. This is purely running in disconnected mode. It is taking the data from the manifested layout. So you can see in the PowerShell also. Disconnected layout service initializing. So there is no real-time layout service. There is no data coming from Sitecore. Still the application is running. So those data are defined in these structure, data, Sitecore, and these folders have the data that is running. So let's start with our connected mode first. We'll just close the disconnected mode now. So as you can see, we have closed it. Now if we try to reload it, it will not work. So, okay. Now we will run JSS setup command to connect it to our Sitecore instance. So it is asking if our Sitecore instance is there on our machine. So yes, we have a Sitecore instance. It is asking the path to the Sitecore folder. This is the path to our Sitecore folder. It is asking for our host name. We have a Sitecore host name. Sitecore import service URL, it will be the same. Sitecore API key. So we have a Sitecore API key also. So as we can see, I have already created my site here, headless demo. For this site, I have created one API key in settings, services, API key, and then API key. So the item ID is the API key. We'll go to a PowerShell, we'll put the API key there. Please enter deployment secret. So we'll just press enter and it will generate 132 plus random characters deployment secret. This deployment secret will be used to deploy configs and all those builds in our Sitecore instance. So yes, it is created. So one new file is added to our solution, and the file is this one, scjss config.json. This file is responsible to deploy our solution, to deploy the config, and to run our React application in connected mode. So we have defined our layout service host. So in connected mode, it will try to hit this URL with the layout service predefined URL and get the content from the Sitecore to our application. So we'll go to the Sitecore config. Yes. So as you can see, we are currently using SXA in our site. I have defined it using SXA. So I'll just change the path to my JavaScript application. Yeah, Sitecore path. Here I will change my path, Sitecore content site, headless demo. It is the same path. We don't require this. So for this, I will just disable this for a while. So once these changes are done, so our app name is correct, our Sitecore path is correct, and we don't need anything else like that. Now we will deploy our config. So we'll put command JSS deploy, and it will deploy the config to our Sitecore instance. It says copying the config to the include ZZZ folder. As we can see, config include ZZZ headless demo.config, headless demo.deployment security. So both configs are now present here in our solution of Sitecore. Now we have to reload it. So guys, as you can see, our configs are deployed, and we can confirm that in show config page. So this is our app name, headless demo. The path source is headless demo deployed secret.config. So we are getting all the details. The Sitecore path is correct. Layout service configurations, everything is. So guys, to start with our component development, we'll first go to our renderings. We'll create some rendering, JSON rendering, particularly for headless development. We'll create our rendering. The name will be first rendering. So we have created a first rendering. The name of the component is there now. You see, so we have a component name here, first rendering, same as a rendering name. So what we will do, we will go to the home app, presentation details. We have headless layout already there, edit, add, rendering, feature, first rendering. We'll put it in JSS main flow placeholder. and we'll put some data source, content block data source we'll put. So you can see we have title and description, two fields. This is title, this is description with the value, and we can see in the layout service. So this is the layout service of the same item. So the layout services consist of three parts. So one is item ID, the other is API key, and then the site name. So our site name is this headless demo. Then we have the API key, and then we have the item. So you can see we have the site name here. We have the route name, home. This is our home. This is the application, our first item. Then we have placeholder. Inside placeholder, we have JSS main. In JSS main, we have component name as first rendering. Then we have fields, title, and description. This is the first step. After doing this, we go to our React application and we put our command JSS scaffold first rendering. This should be same as the rendering name in Sitecore. So once it is done, it will create our JavaScript file. So you can see this file is now created. We'll do some changes in it. So this is our component in React, and this is our component in Sitecore. This is the Sitecore component, and this is the React component. So we'll do some modifications in our code. So as you can see, this is the first rendering. We have placed a hard-coded first rendering component. Then we are taking the two fields, title, description dot value dot value, and I guess we are ready to go. Now we'll go to our app, JSS start connected. You can see our component is getting registered. Registering JSS component first rendering. So it is building our app to be run in connected mode. So okay, so our component is getting rendered. We can see we are getting the props. Okay, if we go to the inspect console, we go to the network tab. We'll check the API call. This is our layout service call happening correctly. We go to preview, Sitecore route, placeholder, JSS main. We have first rendering. We are getting a value, title, and description. And we have the value. Okay. So you can see These two fields are coming from Sitecore directly through layout service. This is the layout service. This is description. This is title. So in connected mode, we can directly do the changes in our code, and we can just save it and it will compile back. It will, you see all the changes every time I click the save button, it will compile it and successfully render it in connected mode. If I want to change this hard coded thing, I'll just go there. Hey, this is changed. And I'll just save it. When I reload it, it will change. It's loading. You see, it has changed. So we can directly compile using this file. So we directly do the changes in the file and we just control save it and it will render it. So if I go to my content item, see this is changing. I change this, I save this. You can see in the layout service, the value is updated, and in the page also, the value is changed. So this is our connected mode. So in connected mode, the live data is coming from Sitecore through layout service. This is the layout service of this particular item, and this the whole data is coming from Sitecore. So we have defined our component in Sitecore. This is a JSON rendering. Then we have defined the component in source components in the React code, and that's the whole flow is working. So we have seen disconnected mode where Sitecore was not a part. We have seen connected mode where the live data was coming from Sitecore. Now let's talk about the third mode, that is the integrated mode. So the deploy. So these two are development modes. Connected and disconnected are the development modes, and we have two modes for deployments also. So there is one integrated mode and there is one headless mode for deployment purpose. So what we can do is, if we create JSS build, so what it do, it will create a production build of this, and we can deploy this build to our Sitecore instance, and we can just directly access it from there. It says build folder is ready to be deployed. The project was built assuming it was hosted as this headless demo. So this is done. Build is completed. React, we have built. All this build should be deployed to this folder. Folder. Okay. The name should be headless demo. Headless demo. So we have deployed our build inside of Sitecore. Now Sitecore rendering pipeline knows how to render this React app. So what we can do, we can go to this site grouping, headless demo. So we have this site name headless demo. Demo. So we have provided the startup item and everything. So if we go to here, You see, so this is a difference. This page is running in integrated mode. This page is running in connected mode. So this is the difference. If we go and change, hi, keep learning. If we save this, just reload this, hi, keep learning. And for this, just start connected. I keep learning. So you can see, so this is integrated mode, this is connected mode. For integrated mode, we make a build of a React application and deployed it to Sitecore. For connected mode, we don't deploy it to Sitecore, we ship the live data from Sitecore to React app for the purpose of development. Now, if we change it here, this will only reflect in connected mode and save it. This will already reflect in connected mode. If I reload this, it is not changed because the build is still there. So this is the old build and this is a new build. So if we want this change, we have to make a build again and deploy it to Sitecore. So this is a major difference between connected mode and integrated mode. Connected mode is used for purpose of development, whereas integrated mode is used for the purpose of hosting our React application. I hope things are now clear. Both are getting the data live from Sitecore, but in this case, the build is inside of Sitecore, but in this case, we are just getting the layout data and hosting it on the Node.js. So we have seen the three modes: disconnected, connected, and integrated mode, where the two modes belongs to development mode and one is for deployment. So we are done for the day. Thank you, everyone. Hope you like the content. Please provide the feedback through the comments, and you can email the Jitu also in the provided email. Over to you, Jitu.
Yeah, thank you, Nikhil, for this wonderful demo. So uh, it, we will be having a more such videos in upcoming videos series. If you are liking these videos, please do click on a like button and upload this video. Let YouTube know that you are liking these videos, and do share these videos with your colleagues and friends. If you are not subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing to our channel and click on notification bell to get a latest update from our channel. Thank you. Thanks for watching.